Once again, sadly, we assemble in such a situation, in a situation in which once again we cry, we mourn, we get upset. I saw that many people were trying to explain why this happened. It was because of this and it was because of that. As if some way of trying to rationalize such an act will enable us to deal with it, will bring the souls back, will, so to speak, fix the problem. Because of course, if we understand the root, then ultimately we are going to be able to solve all these issues. Sadly, my dear friends, the commentaries have been for years. People have explained and they've said it's for this reason, they've said it's for that reason. There's only one answer to the question which everyone is asking. And that is, my dear friends, is to change the question. The question is not why. The question is, what do we need to do? What's the next step? What do we do tomorrow? The first thing which we do in Judaism is we light candles. We light a candle to be able to bring back the light of that soul, to be recognized that this person was a light in this world that was diminished. And we, as family, light a candle to make sure that that light of that soul will continue to burn. This morning when I was driving home, after hearing about all of these things which were taking place, I thought to myself that being Jewish is like playing a game of roulette. All of the synagogues are put out there, and the ball gets thrown in. And it doesn't matter which synagogue. We can't say that this one was chosen because of this reason and this one was chosen because of that. It did have security, it didn't have security, it had this, it had that, it was a big building, it was a small building. The synagogue which was chosen, there's no explanation why, other than the fact that they were Jewish, and it could have been any synagogue around the world. God forbid, it could have been our synagogue. It could have been a synagogue in Israel. It could have been a synagogue in Brussels. It could have been a synagogue in London, in South Africa, wherever it was. And my dear friends, this is the scary element of anti-Semitism. Jews all around the world are targets, whether we like it or not. So therefore, what do we do? If you were to ask me, I think that everyone should walk around this week with a yarmulke. I think that everyone should walk around identifying themselves as Jewish with a big Magen David around their neck. To say, yes, we're Jewish and we're proud and we're not going to be cowards. We are not going to be forced, we're not going to be oppressed. We're not going to be told where we can be or where we can't be. And this, my dear friends, is where the story has that element of a twist. The killer himself, the one thing which triggered his murder spree, was the fact that this Jewish organization were helping people that were refugees from other countries. It was the fact that we go out and we help the stranger. It's the fact that we go out and we help the oppressed. That's what was bothering them. Could you imagine? Because we do chesed, because we find it in our hearts to open up our hearts that we may not have ourselves. We ourselves are refugees wherever we go. We go out and we help others, and it's because of that that a random shul was chosen and attacked. So does that mean that we've got to stop helping people? Does that mean that we've got to stop doing chesed, my dear friends? It's the complete opposite. It means that we need to do more. It means that we need to help more. It means that we need to light more candles in this world. because this is the only way in which we'll be able to make a change in this world. And nothing's changed over history. It will continue to be, but we won't put out our lights. It's at this moment that I'd like to make a very, very thankful praise of the CSG, that they stand outside our shuls and they put themselves on the line. Because, my dear friends, it could have been anywhere in the world. It could have been on any day. And yet the youngsters from our community, they stand out there in the front line. Because if something like that would happen, they would be the first people to have that interaction. And it's something that we all need to be grateful for. We all need to recognize the value. We all need to recognize why we have them. And we all need to recognize the sad truth of the world in which we live. And so therefore I'd like to say to the CSG, thank you very much. Thank you very much, and I'm sure that people are starting to understand its importance and that they need our communal support. I'd like to take this last moment to read a poem on the back of the pamphlets. And with this, we'll say one more Kaddish prayer. At every time, in every place, we all, from big to small, have good days and less good ones. And between lay all the answers. There is one great God who gives us everything in this world, from the deepest to a ray of light. But it is up to us to choose our way. It is known that life is a gift. All is foreseen, yet free will is granted. Those who believe have no fear of losing their faith. And we have the King of the universe, who protects us from all others. The nation is a family, and one more is the secret of its success. The Jewish people will not give up, will always remain on the map. Those who believe have no fear. If everyone please join in with the Kaddish de Rabbanon for the sake of all of those souls that have been lost. Yiskadal, Yiskadal, Shemei Rabbah. Yisbarach, Yishtabach, Yisbaher, Yisroham, Yisnaseh, Yisadar, Yisalev, Yisalal, Shemei, Yikushab, Rifu, Ne'ena, Mikol, Virkasa, Veshirasa, Tushbefasa, Venehemasa, Naviram, Elmavim, Amen. Al Yisrael, Ba'al Rabbanan, Ba'al Tamidehom, Ba'al Kol, Tamidei, Tamidehom, Ba'al Kol, Mandaskimber, Raisa, Yibaskar, Hadei, Mediva, Volasar, Rasar, Yehel, Lavan, Shlamar, Rabar, Peace, Ever, Mishmaya, Vivaru, Hey, Yehei, Shlamar, Rabar, Mishmaya, Vafai, Novi, Alei, Koi, Israel, Vivaru, Amen. I'd like to thank everyone for coming, and that God willing we should be blessed with peace and tranquility in our communities.
Amen.